Hello movers, welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. It's Tracy and this is a beginner/intermediate workout. So a little bit more advanced than straight beginner. And what we're gonna do today is upper and lower supersets. So we'll take an upper body exercise, a lower body exercise, repeat that for 3 sets and then move on. The format within that is going to be timed. We're gonna do 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds in between. All right, repeat 3 rounds and you're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout today. Here's what I suggest a beginner/intermediate might use, but as always, this is a reference for you, so lift within your own abilities. I'll also use a bench, something to lie on or sit on. If you don't have it, you can use the floor, or I'll show you modification for those exercises. I'll start you with the warm up and we'll end with the cool down too. Okay, upper lower supersets. Let's do this workout and move daily. Go ahead and put strength on the watch. Let's start with some front and back bends. Knees are soft. Warm up that lower back here, your glutes a little bit. I know a lot of you probably just rolled out of bed. You're doing your early morning session. Some of you are after work here today. You know, it doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. That is the main thing. All right, some hip openers here. I know a lot of people find they can be more consistent if they do it first thing in the morning, but some of you can't. You're just not morning people. And it's better for you to do it after work when you get home, before dinner. I think that's totally fine as well. 2 more here. All right, take it wide and a hand to toe tap. Last one here, and stay wide. We'll do a side to side lunge, reach your hips back, just stretching that inner thigh here a bit. Very good, and some arm circles. Switch direction. Let's do some heel dig and draw your elbows back to stretch the chest. And high knee here, alternate. And butt kick, punch it out. Good. Let's put a hand behind the head, one behind the back, and just draw those elbows back. Stretch a little bit in the chest and switch. Stretch. Again. One more here. Very good. Torso turn here to finish. Okay, so 1 upper, 1 lower. Take a look at the screen, grab your dumbbells and let's work. Okay, we're starting with a squat. I'm gonna do suitcase squat. I'll hold 8s on round 1. 2 8s, 1 in each hand. Feet are shoulder width apart. Think of pushing the floor apart with your feet. Shoulders are back, core engaged. We drop here and drive. So keep your chin up, keep your chest up and shoulders back. All right, this can be done without weights as well. And if you have problems with squats, you could do a sit squat on a stable bench or chair, or a Swiss ball squat against a wall. The Swiss ball supporting the lower back. Lots of options here. Setting those down, I'm gonna go very light with my pec deck press. just 3 pounds here. Knees are soft, we're gonna squeeze together, and then you're gonna press over the chest right there. You're fighting gravity, here we go. Squeeze and push right there, up. Squeeze over the chest, nice. Doing well, 10 more seconds here. So you don't want much heavier than 3 or 5 pounds here. Okay, excellent. Set those down, we're going into our second set. So, how did the 8s feel? Were they too light? If so, pop it up. I'll hold 10s here. You could also hold a single dumbbell in the center. Drop it low and up. Think of reaching your hips back and drive. Okay, let's go back to the pec deck press. I'm gonna stick with those 3s. That I think is adequate for me. All right, we're gonna squeeze at the top here. Squeeze and press over the chest. Good.
Be the heat, be what I desire. Go ahead, go and breathe your fire. Shake it down, shake it to my core. Go ahead, go and give me more.
Okay, final set. Again, challenge yourself with the weight amount if you can. I might go up to 12s. That's 24 pounds in total. Do what feels good for you. Keep those knees equal distance apart. Drop it low and drive. This could also be racked on the shoulders if you prefer that position. Sometimes we're fighting something like tennis elbow and holding a weight down here might feel like it's pulling at that pain point. So racking on the shoulders is a good alternative. Nice. Let's finish off with the pec deck press. And I'll stick with those 3s. Okay, engage the core, shoulders low and back. Squeeze and press right there. Okay, moving into our next superset, we're gonna go right into a reverse lunge. I'm gonna hold 8-pound dumbbells. Of course, you could go lighter or no dumbbells, and we're alternating with that reverse lunge. Here we go. So you're low and switch. Nice. Now, if this is too tippy for you, a little tip is to, instead of having that back leg right behind the front, have a bit of a wider base of support. So it's not right behind, it's out to the side only slightly, just a few inches. That'll feel less tippy for you. Alternatively, you could also do a static lunge, straight up and down right here, instead of alternating and then just switch halfway. Okay, you could try that next round if you need. Good. Okay, I'm holding these 8s. We're going to go right into a bent over row, hammer curl combination. So you're going to hinge forward at the hips, hit the row, stand, and hit the curl, holding 8s. So I row, stand and curl right here. Hinge, pull, stand and pull. A great functional movement pattern here. I want your back really flat, right there, and curl. Set 2, how did that weight feel? If you feel like you had quite a few reps left in the tank, join me and go up a little bit in weight. I'm gonna hold 10s this time. Let's go back to our alternating reverse lunge. You're tall, and drop, switch sides, and drop. Now your knee does not have to tap the ground, but it can. I prefer mine to tap. You may not be able to get down that low, that's okay. A hover is great as well. Okay, and into the row curl. I'll stick with the 10s. It's gonna really be whatever you can bicep curl. So, hinge at the hips again, super flat back. Pull, stand, elbows close, hit the hammer. Good. Hinge, pull, and hammer.
What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers.
Give the hands a rest if you need. Get rid of that jacket now. Okay, last set. I will stick with these 10 pounds. Feel free to go up if you had more than 3 or 4 reps left in the tank. Here we go. Drop it low and switch. Okay, and finishing off with the row curl. Shake the hands out if you need. Nice to have something to put the dumbbells up onto, like a rack, a couch, or chair. Here we go, hinge at the hips. We pull and stand right there.
We'll stick together. Everything is all
All right, water break. We are gonna go into a glute thrust next. If you have a bench, you can do it off the side here. If you don't have anything, you'll do it on the floor from your back right here. I'm gonna take a 20 down to the ground for that glute thrust. We're also gonna do a seated Z press there. So what can you shoulder press overhead? I'll bring 1-8 down. All right, so make your way down to the ground. Let's start with the glute thrust. Oh, I was gonna do it on my bench. Well, I'll show you from the ground. I'm down here now. So I've got a 20 pounds. Feet are close to the bottom. Have a good handle on your dumbbell and pause at the top. Up and low, up and low. So squeeze those glutes. It is nice to do something like this on an elevated surface because you'll have a greater stretch on the glutes. When you dip the hips low, they lengthen, and then when you push up to that tabletop, you get that good contraction and squeeze in the glutes. So if you have a couch, an ottoman, a bench, I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the bench next set here. Stay down here. We're gonna go into your Z press for shoulders. So nice and wide. You could do this standing if you can't sit like this. I'm holding an 8. Overhead press right there, I'll call half. You're tall, push, that's it. Really has to utilize core. Torso has to be nice and tall and straight. And there's no bob in the knees helping you to propel this weight up, relying then solely on your shoulder muscle. One more in this arm. Okay, switch sides. You're tall and push.
I can pick you up when you're heading down. When it all just sucks, I'll be your Charlie Brown. You can make me laugh.
As I said, I'm gonna be making my way up to the bench to show you what it looks like from an elevated surface. All right, so on your back on the ground or on the bench, I'm sticking with the 20. I'm gonna sit and then slide myself off. Feet are under the knees, and we're gonna squeeze at the top of the contraction here. 1,000, low. 1,000, low. So if you're on a bench, I want your chin tucked into your chest. You're not putting your head on the bench, okay? You should be able to see the knees, see the dumbbells, and you're looking down here. Really squeeze at the top. Okay, stay down here for that Z press. I'm gonna stick with the 8 pounds. Nice and tall, you're here. I'll call half, elbows in, press to the ceiling. Push. One more on this arm and switch your arm and press. Okay, let's go into our last set. You're either on your back on the ground or elevated on that bench. I'm sticking with a 20 on the pelvis. And here we go. Low, 1,000 low, 1,000 low. So it's a dip and drive. Now you could support your head with your hand just gently, but have a good handle on your dumbbell at the same time. All right, and let's finish with the Z press. Scooch right here. Sticking with that 8, I'll call half, you're tall, and press. Last one on this arm, switch your side, and press. We're gonna be standing up next into that plie squat. Okay, up you get. We're gonna take it wide. Knees are gonna track out over the toes. I'm gonna start with a 15-pound plie. Right here, hang it long, shoulders low and back. And we drop here and up. Now, just go as low as you can comfortably, right? If you haven't done this for a bit, just make it shallow. If you have done it, you can dip low, okay? Get a good lengthening on those inner thighs. Squeeze your glutes at the top of this one too. Squeeze. We're gonna go into that seated lateral raise, though you can stand if you wish. I'm gonna hold 5s. You can go later, 2s or 3s. And in that seated position, it's just like our Z press was. No bobbing in the lower body allows shoulders to activate. So you're here. Good. Think of pushing the arms up. Okay, excellent. Back to your plie. And I'm gonna go back to the 20 pounds here now. So up a little bit. Lift, of course, whatever you can. So you're wide. Knees are out over the toes. Squeeze at the top. Try not to lean forward like that. So keep your head up, your chin up. That helps to keep the torso tall. Okay, back to your seated lateral raise. I'll stick with 5s here. Sit at the edge of something or standing is fine. Shoulders low and back. Push. Little softness in the elbow. Very nice. Let's go to our final set. If your dumbbell is hitting the ground, feel free to hold it sideways here. It just means you've got a really good range of motion. All right, this is fine as well. Shoulders back. I'm holding that 20 again. Okay, finishing this circuit off with our seated lateral raises. I'll stay with the 5s. It's a pretty big jump to go from 5s to 8s for a lot of people. So wait till this gets easier. Push. Now the way you can challenge yourself here is to use the same weight, but hit this for like 60 seconds, right? It'll, like if you don't feel fatigued at 45 seconds or 40 seconds, extending the time or the reps can help you get stronger before you move up the next weight amount. Or alternatively, pick heavier weights like the 8s, do it for fewer reps. Very good. Okay, you've earned a water break, so go ahead, grab a sip. Of course, you can pause if you need a longer rest, pause the video. Otherwise, we've got one more or 2 more sets, so draw me back. Okay, I'm gonna bring my 8s down here to the ground, but we're gonna start off with a fire hydrant kick out. So on all 4s, we're gonna lift that leg up, kick, in and down, I'll call half. Here we go. Kick. Good. Now, if you can't do the kick part, stick with the fire hydrant right there only. That's fine. This is a great way to work that glute medius. One more on this side. And switch up and out. Good. We're going to stay on the ground here for that tricep press extension next. Very good. I'm holding 8s for this. It's going to be whatever you can do in your tricep extension. All right. The press, you can go heavier, but we're just using it as a bit of a rest. Palms face each other. We press to the ceiling. So push it up. You bend at the elbow, ceiling and down. Ceiling, elbow, ceiling, down. That's it. Keep your wrists locked in neutral.
Wake up at your place. Wake up at mine. Same question always. I'm getting tired.
Okay, excellent. Let's go back to your fire hydrant position. On all 4s again. And fire hydrant up, kick out, or just the fire hydrant. I'll call half, stay on this side.
Balconies and bathtubs, what you want? Why don't we just get a place together?
And switch your leg.
Why don't we just get a place together?
Ooh, feel the burn on that, hey? On that stationary leg. Doesn't take much to get that burn feeling here. Okay, let's go into our backs. Tricep press extension. A little bit of chest here, a little bit of triceps, but a push motion that's very great for functional movement pattern. Here we go. Press, back, press, down.
We just get a place together. Mornings in our own bed, so much better. Balconies and bathtubs, what you want? Why don't we just get a place together? Why don't we just get a place together?
Okay, last set. And up to your fire hydrant. Pushing up through the shoulder blades, okay? Don't let the upper body sag. Here we go. Switching sides. Very good. Whew. That burns the glutes, I tell ya. It's a good one. On your back, finishing this one off. Here we go. Up and back, up and down. We're going to be standing up again, getting ready for our sit squat on the edge of a bench or chair or couch. If you don't have that, you'll go right into a regular squat. Okay, I'm going to sit on the edge of my bench, holding 10-pound dumbbells up on my shoulders, super wide stance here. Like this, you're tall, push through the heels, and then gently sit. Don't plop though. This control is going to target those quads a bit. The control is really important here, so go slow on the eccentric phase. Engage the abs and keep your shoulders back. I've got 10s here, did I say that? And I'll be using the same for my pinwheel curl coming up next. Okay, so pinwheel curl is going to cross in front. We're going to alternate sides there. So 10s are good here. You can go lighter, of course. Whatever works for you. Knees are soft. Curl in front and alternate. Squeeze the bicep at the top. Very good. Shake it out for a second, back to your sit squat. And I'll hold those 10s again up on my shoulders. Wide stance, of course, you could do just a sumo squat without the bench if you don't have one. But a stable chair against a wall so it doesn't slide is super here.
I wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. He didn't love me right, he told me I was blind, but I never really wanted to live.
10 seconds here. Control, control. Engage the abs. Push through the heel. Excellent. Okay, back into your pinwheel curl. Just gonna rack these away. I'm sticking with 10s on the pinwheel. And alternate. Up. Keep the wrist locked in neutral, don't let it bend back. And your torso should be facing me. Okay, you're not twisting, you're not doing this. Face me, bring the arm across. Final set, everyone. Okay, back here. I'll stick with the 10s. Do whatever works for you. You can go up. Again, you want 1 to 3 reps left in the tank to really challenge those muscles. Push up, control. Good. Now you can be really wide with your stance here too. If it's easy, come a little bit more shallow, right? That's gonna make the distance a little bit greater. But you want that shin perpendicular to the ground, so there's no forward leaning here. It's straight up and down, folks. 10 more seconds here. Let's finish off with your pinwheel curl. How's the weight for you? I'm gonna go up to 12s. Okay, crossing the body. Final set, here we go. Over half. Stay with me, folks, you're almost done. Of course, stay tuned for a stretch if you can. We're gonna lengthen through all of these muscles that we just contracted. In 3, 2, 1 and done. And you move daily in your upper and lower supersets. Nice work, folks. Thanks for joining. We're gonna stretch it out in a second here, so make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed the workout and stay for a stretch if you can. Nice work, everyone. Let's take it down to the ground for a nice little stretch. On your backs, to start, we're gonna extend one leg, grab a knee, and then just gently bring that foot towards you. It's gonna increase the stretch in your inner thigh there a bit. From our plie squat, good thing to lengthen through. Okay, excellent work. Focused on all of the major muscle groups in the body there. We didn't do abs or calves, switch sides here. So that's something that you could add on another time this week. Calves are a minor muscle group. I don't train them a lot because I have pretty defined and big calves already, but I do a lot of walking in hills and hiking. So I feel like they get adequate volume in terms of resistance on them. I know a lot of you do that as well. Walk, put the knees together, let them fall gently to one side, and you're gonna look the opposite direction, stretching through that torso and upper glute there. So, but yes, feel free to do that. And we'll add abs in another workout this week. If you're following along in the membership, we'll definitely have a focus on abs for you. But this was a great switch sides way to target upper, lower, and it's time efficient, right? When you do supersets, upper is resting while lower is working, which means we can go right from one exercise to the next and get more done in a shorter period of time, essentially. So I really do like a nice superset for sure. It's one of my favorite ways to train. Okay, let's gently come up to a seated position. You're gonna go right into that butterfly stretch. More inner thigh stretching here. If you can't do this low, this is something to practice. This is a good functional position to be able to do, right? Sitting cross-legged, getting down on the ground, having that flexibility to squat low, that takes inner thigh flexibility and mobility, hip mobility. So definitely something to practice if you feel like you're really tight here, okay? Don't let it happen. If you don't use it, you lose it, as they say. You don't want to lose it. Okay, sit cross-legged if you can. Reach across right here. We're stretching the lats, the back. That feels like a wonderful stretch. You could also do this in a standing position, just grabbing onto the edge of a bench or chair. Okay, if you can't sit cross-legged. Just holding that. Reaching. Switch sides. Other side, reach. Very good. So, summer is coming, folks. What is your plan to keep moving daily? I hope you have one. Sometimes people let the baby slip out with the bathwater in summer. So many people do that. Low shoulders, torso turn here. because they'll go on vacation or they'll go camping and then they don't work out or they don't eat healthy. And then when they come back, they just let that good habit slip. And it's very easy to do, switch sides. Oh yeah. I saw one lady in our membership post, she has this little area, little section in the back of her trailer that was full of her dumbbells. And I thought, good for you, girl. Like, that is commitment. Bringing your dumbbells on your camping trips with you so you could get a little strength training and round through the back right here. But people like us do things like that. We move daily. We find ways to move daily, whatever the season might be. Reach behind you and stretch. So have that mentality going into the summer. Think about, what am I going to do to keep this momentum going, to keep resistance training minimally 2 times a week, because that is what it takes in order to derive the benefits, that we see in the literature. So definitely want to keep going. Little tricep stretch here to finish, and I hope you do, of course. You can join our Move Daily membership and have that accountability and camaraderie, the support to switch sides, new content every week with coaching calls that you can just sort of drip in and keep you consistent. That's the key, everyone. Dripping water on the stone hollows it out, not through force, but through persistence. So that's the name of the game. I hope you do it this summer as well. Thanks for joining. We'll see you all in the next workout.